no matter how bad things are, there's always something to be grateful for. And I know that normally this sounds so ridiculous because we tend to look at our current reality and you're like, this person doesn't know what I'm going through. Like, what am I supposed to be grateful for in whatever it is that is happening in my life currently? I believe it's about looking at your life, taking a closer look, and realizing that whatever it is that you have right now, not to say ignore whatever it is that is happening in your reality, but if you can just, maybe there's a problem that you're struggling with and you're like, let me just, if this was not the case, what else that is going right in my life, and start counting those and not allowing maybe that one thing to overshadow and overcloud everything good that is happening in your life. Hello and welcome to my channel. In this channel we discuss things that help us grow, elevate, and build the life we know we are destined for. I always say, if you feel that's you, then please subscribe and hop into the beginning of the most exciting and amazing journey to your elevated self. Before I get into today's video, I just want to let you know that this video was inspired by today's session, journaling session, if I may call it that. I was just reciting everything that I'm grateful for. And it's funny how in everything that I wrote in my journal, nothing is material, nothing is materialistic. Everything that I'm grateful for are the things that no one can take away from me. Okay, like nobody can take these things away from me. And to somebody they may sound like, it's boring, but to me it is a lot, and I'm really grateful for. And I decided to make this video just to let you see that whatever it is that you're going through, I have things that I'm going through, but there's always something to be grateful for, something to be thankful for, something to thank the God, the universe, the higher power. Depends on what you believe to be your higher power to be thankful for that, to that. Journaling, I was in the zone, and after finishing my journal, I found myself laughing because I said, okay, in everything that I've mentioned here, there's nothing that is materialistic. Okay, there's nothing that I need to have money to in order to have or to possess. And so I'm going to take you through what I wrote here. Then you can decide for yourself. You can just pound this in your mind and think and see if it's going to resonate, if there are things that, if it's going to inspire you to sit yourself down and look at your current life and decide what is it that you're grateful for. So first things first, it's being alive. Being, not just being alive, but feeling healthy, not sick, not experiencing any form of physical pain, able to move my body with oxygen in my lungs. Someone right now needs something to assist them in order for them to be able to breathe, but I can breathe on my own naturally. That is something worth to be grateful for me. Realize that somebody right now is lying in a bed in a hospital or in their home. They are not well, and they wish they were not sick. They wish they can just get out of bed and do whatever it is that they've planned to do today. So being up and being well, and having the ability to just move my body and do the things that I said I'm going to do, it is an utmost blessing, and I'm grateful for it. And I went on to just reflect on my life, and I said, I am grateful for a positive and resilient mindset. This has worked for me. I believe that our brains are so wonderful because you can make it work with you or against you. And I have developed that habit of always trying to ensure that my brain works for me, trying to be positive at all times, even in the midst of a mess or horrible experience. I always try to find something good in that experience, and that is, what is this here trying to teach me? And the lesson may be that good thing that you just needed out of this bad experience that you are currently going through. Another thing I'm grateful for is the amount of effort that I've put in growing myself, because I believe right now I'm just reaping the fruits of what I've sown in the past year, and that is working on myself, embarking on a journey of personal development. It has made a huge difference in my life, and to be honest, I'm quite happy with where I am right now, even though I'm not even halfway to where I want to be. But I'm just happy and I'm just grateful because it has made me realize that whatever it is that I put my mind into, it can work out and be exactly what I have been praying for. So I'm grateful for having that ability, because I know some people do not have that. Some people are still fighting with themselves. They are their worst enemies. They don't want to work on themselves. They don't believe in personal development. They're just victims of their circumstances. So having that mindset for me is something worth celebrating. Another thing I'm grateful for is not giving up on myself when it would have been so easy to do so. Things were just going wherever it wanted to go. I wanted to go south, and the things just wanted to go north. I wanted to go west, and things were going east. But I didn't give up, and I'm grateful for that ability. A lot of people have given up. People who are my age, people younger than me, they're already giving up on themselves, on their dreams, on their goals. But to have that ability, because it's not just my knowing or my strength. I don't know. I feel like something is just pushing me, and I'm grateful for that. And I pray that it stays with me and keeps me going. I am grateful for a working and a curious mind brain, because a curious mind means that you start asking questions. And when you start asking questions, you start getting answers. And that may help to shape the way that you think. And it may also shape the way that you look at life, your outlook, your perspective. And the more you do it, the more you are going to be elevating and finding new ways of doing things. Some people do not have that. Some people are still fighting. Some people are still prisoners of the old belief systems. They are still prisoners of whatever that was instilled in us, and therefore their brains are working against them. Whereas they should shape their brains to work for them. I'm grateful for that, because not everybody has that. Once you realize that whatever it is that you have, or whatever it is that you are able to do, somebody else doesn't have that, you start realizing that it's something worth being thankful for, because it becomes a privilege. I am also grateful for my downfalls and my struggles. I believe they have made me who I am today, and without them, I wouldn't be where I am. I used to sit myself down. I used to cry a lot, thinking, why is my life like this? Why is this happening to me? But then remember what Steve Jobs said. He said, you can't connect the dots looking forward. They only make sense once you look and connect them backwards. This does not only apply to the business world, but also in your personal world, in your personal space. There are things that happen to you and you don't understand, and you ask yourself why, but only after the situation has passed, you realize that this was actually happening for me, not just to me. It's just that it's how I looked at it, that why is this happening to me? Instead of asking myself, why is this happening? What is this trying to teach me? So having that ability, I'm grateful for it, because it has allowed me to move away from my past and not being a prisoner of my past. Because if you always feel like you're a victim, you are going to stay stuck in your past, and you're going to miss the wonderful moment of the present, and it's also going to hinder you to create your future. So being able to make peace and heal from whatever traumas and all the struggles that I've went through, instead of asking why this didn't happen, why am I here so far away, why am I dealing with this. I believe it has made me who I am. That's what makes me uniquely me, and what makes me different for them. There are people that it doesn't matter what they have, but looking at myself, I'm like, I'm not intimidated by these people, because I know what I stand for. I know what every struggle has taught me, which is something that I'm also going to be using for my future self, using in the future to get over things. Last but not least, another thing that I'm so grateful for is the ability to love myself. I love myself. I have grown to love myself. I know a lot of people are still struggling with loving themselves. Don't I have flaws? Many, plenty of them. But it doesn't make me less of a person that I am. It doesn't make me less of a person that I believe to be. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the ability to love myself, because loving myself has opened my mind to a lot of possibilities, and it has helped me to grow as well. It has helped me to just change my life. Until you learn to love yourself and understand that this is you. You only have this life and this body, and if you don't start embracing it, you're going to miss out. It will do massive difference in your life. And so I'm grateful for the fact that I'm able to love myself. I accepted myself for who I am, and I've tried to find out what is about me that makes me different from others. And by asking myself that, I've discovered a lot. And that is why, going back to my previous point, that I am no longer intimidated by people. I don't care what you have. You have that thing because of the person that you became. And if it's something that I also want to have, the only thing I can do is to try and find out and ask you and try to learn from you. How did you do it? What do I like? Is there a version that I need to become in order to get that which you have? But I am not intimidated by you because I know that it takes a lot of work and effort to get the things that you have, to be the person that you are. First, you be before you can become. And the being part is invisible. It's something that people do not see. And you may find people saying you are so lucky, not knowing the things that you had to go through in order for you to have that which they can see, because they don't know what is happening behind the scenes. And so you can tell by just the things that I've mentioned right now that nothing here is materialistic. Nothing can be taken away from me. These are all things that are within my control. Yes, I will experience negative thoughts, negative feelings, but I can choose if I want to stay there for too long, if I'm going to pick myself up and continue moving. Thank you so much for watching till this far. I hope this video is going to inspire you. It's going to help you see things differently, and you're going to be trying it out and just sitting yourself down and looking at your life and asking yourself, what is it that I'm grateful for? What is it that other people are still struggling with, but I can do it? I have it. If it's something that is in possession that you can see with your physical naked eye, and just be grateful for that. I hope to see you on the next video.